स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय नमः। नमस्ते यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Dear Swami Bhajanananda ji, Swami Jyoti Rupananda ji, Swami Divyananda ji, Swami Suhirananda ji, Swami Bodhasarananda ji, Swami Muktidananda ji, Swami Shuddhidananda ji, evam my other brother monks, devotees, respected other visitors and Matajis. I know I am the last speaker almost, and you are all getting tired. I remember in some meeting, like me, somebody came in, but he thought he had spoken for quite a little time. He got the doubt, how much more can I speak, or should I stop? He was looking at the time, what is the clock showing. When he was searching for the clock, somebody shouted from the meeting, no clock, look at the calendar. So that will not happen. So it will be as short as possible. Today, we have all now finished the auspicious day. On this day, the day of Shankaracharya's Jayanti, this new building of Advaita Ashrama, Kolkata, has been inaugurated. When Swami Vivekananda returned from the West in 1897, he roused India by his great personality and inspiring message. He rejuvenated the Sanatana Dharma. He inspired Captain Sevier and Mrs. Sevier, along with Swami Swarupananda, to look for a place to house an ashrama dedicated to Advaita. That was the beginning. You have all heard about the Advaita Ashrama's beginnings. And they found it in Mayavati, in the Himalayas. The Advaita Ashrama was inaugurated in 1899. You have already heard about it. After Belur Math approved its objects and principles. So that was meant to study, practice and preach Advaita philosophy. A huge body of Vedantic, Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda literature in English, Sanskrit, Hindi was published, which along with its journal Prabhupada Bharata worked towards the spiritual, philosophical, psychological and cultural awakening of our country and the world also. To keep Advaita Ashrama, Mayavati, in its pristine and quiet condition, and yet meet the growing worldwide demand for its publications and journal Prabhupada Bharata, it was decided to shift the printing and dispatch work to Calcutta. A branch, therefore, was necessary and was started on 1st May 1920. You have already heard about it. After shifting to two other places, it found a permanent place here in Delhi and Delhi in 1960. You heard about this also. In the land donated by one of Swamiji's friends. This new piece of land beside the ashrama was purchased in April 2000. You have already heard about it. With a view to erect a second permanent building to cater to the increased publication demands. The two sheds that were constructed on the land served their purpose temporarily. Now this new, well-planned and well-constructed building promises to make Advaita Ashrama even more dynamic and service-oriented. After telling this one, you have heard everything about Advaita Ashrama, its origin, its development, the great work it is doing. So many people have helped it. We only refer to one or 2 points. What we have to do with this huge construction, with this huge other the things, the equipment and other things that we are doing for the propagation of Advaita. Swamiji spoke about this Advaita everywhere. Perhaps he spoke less about Ramakrishna than Advaita. So everywhere, once Surya was asked, you have spoken about Advaita, you have not spoken about Sri Ramakrishna. He, in a light way, said, if I had spoken about Ramakrishna, they would have said, we have got our Christ, you please go home. Please Ramakrishna in your place. So when I spoke about Advaita, nobody can say that. So Swamiji retorted like that. What Swamiji meant was, he himself again and again said, we have a tendency, almost all over the world, especially in India, to make big of the personality than the principle. We forget the teachings. We make big of the man, go on constructing temples for him and something in his name, publishing, etc. But forgetting his teachings. That should not happen. Swami's idea was, we got the great legacy of Sri Ramakrishna, giving a new message to the whole world and its rejuvenation. We can afford to forget Sri Ramakrishna, but never his teachings. Again, and Swamiji was particular. It was with that view, we must be able to practice the principles of Advaita we are preaching. To practice, you require a place which is conducive to such practices. It is for practice of pure Advaita, free from the materialistic, ritualistic attachments. He wanted the Advaita Ashrama. In fact, Bhagavad Gita also says, Shreyan Dravyamayati Jnat Jnana Yajna Parantava. It is the worship through knowledge is better than the worship through materials. So we must always be careful about the principles, about the teachings, about the ideals. So Swamiji wanted his Advaita Ashrama people to study, to assimilate the teachings and live the life and preached, which the first generation after Swamiji did extraordinarily well. Even today, when you read their lives, we simply shudder at the austerities they went. On one side, to lead a highly Advaitic Swami's life, and on the other side, helping the poor. They were also poor, but try to help the local poor people in their own way. And so much was the humanitarian help they gave to others also. They became really a sort of a special type of Advaitins. So, of course, in this case, as I already told you, so we are all attached to the personality more than the principle. One of our Swamis, at that time, he himself wrote to Swami Holy Mother an incident in Advaita Ashrama, which many of you might have read. So, somebody in the Advaita Ashrama inmate, he wanted to have a picture of Sri Ramakrishna and worship him, as we do in the other mutt centers. So Swamiji, when he came to know about it, he strongly objected it. So it had to be removed. The temple had to be abandoned. Somebody wrote about this unto Holy Mother Sharada Devi. Is it right that this worship of Sri Ramakrishna was stopped in this Advaita Ashrama here? Holy Mother said, it's perfectly all right. What Narendra has done is all right. You are all Advaitins. But only question is, this Advaita does not mean only Shankara Advaita or other schools. At the time of Shankara, there were tens and tens of Advaita schools. Swami, Mother did not mean that. Sri Ramakrishna's Sampurna Advaita. The Advaita that contains that accepts and practices both Shankaracharya's Advaita, Ramanuja's Vishishta Madhva's Dvaita, and all the practice is included in Advaita. Swami Turiyananji is recorded in his letters. Turiyananji himself says he was walking along the streets of Varanasi. Along with him, his servant, his assistant, when Brahmachari was walking. Behind them, some Swamis of the other orders, they were walking and talking about Turiyananji. Referring to him, they were talking, oh, he is a Brahmishta, he is a Brahmanishta, he is a Brahmajna. So Turiyananji told the Brahmachari, they are talking about me as Brahmajna. They are thinking about me as those Brahmajnas of their sectarian Advaita, where they think this world is unreal. I am an Advaitin of Sri Ramakrishna. I accept Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita. This is the Advaita that is also to be practiced and then only preached. It is for that purpose. Swami Vivekananda started his Advaita Ashrama. And we have to, in this Advaita Ashrama and similar ashrama that are going to come up, we have to practice, assimilate the ideas of Advaita, of Sri Ramakrishna, practice it. So in its practice, we will have to have regular hours for our meditation, regular hours for study, regular hours for service to humanity also. Those are